Welcome back to GP Nail Art. Jessica here. Today I'm going to be doing a subscriber request for Virgo and Gem. So this is the card that came in the box, so it just has all of their information for their website, Instagram, Facebook. They do have a Facebook community page as well, and then on the back of the card, which I really like, they include the instructions for how to do the dip powder application. So I really like when companies include something like that, so you kind of have instructions to follow. So everything was nice and bubble wrapped and secure. The bottles that I have here are pretty much the standard 3 bottles of liquid that you need to do the dip powder process, so the base, the activator, and the top. And first impressions before even using, I do like that the bottle has like that little wiper insert on the inside. The liquid seems to be much thinner than the other liquids that I'm used to, so we'll see how that goes. Pretty much standard for the activator. Doesn't have a huge or like a really powerful smell like some other brands might, so I appreciate that as well. And then the same for the top coat. It seems a little bit thinner than what I'm used to with, like, say for instance the iGel is a little bit of a thicker liquid. But the colors that I chose, I like on their website with the starter kit. They have a huge variety of colors that you can choose for. You could do like a 1 powder starter kit, so you get the 3 liquids and then 1 powder. So this is the one that I chose. But then you also wanted to try a glitter, so I liked the colors on this glitter. I thought that they would match really nicely with the color that came with that I chose for the starter kit. So these are the 2 colors that I'll be using today, and I kind of like to use, you know, a regular like flat or cream color as well as a glitter, just to see how they both perform with the liquids and everything. So I did already apply my peel base, and that's all dry, so we are ready to go. And I always like to mix up the jars a little bit, just helps them be maybe a little bit more fluffy, but especially the glitters too. You always kind of want to mix those up so that if all of your glitters are kind of on the top or your powder settles to the bottom, you kind of get a better mixture. And in regards to applying the base coat, not doing anything out of the ordinary from what I've done in previous videos at all. I kind of have started going maybe a little bit just like halfway up my nail before going all the way back to the cuticle line, just so you don't have a whole lot of liquid all the way at your cuticle to start off. It does seem to be slower drying, the base coat, than other brands that I'm used to. But I think if you apply a thin enough layer prior to dipping into the powder, that kind of helps as well. I like the color. The powder went on nicely. It didn't seem to have, you know, go on kind of clumpy or bumpy or anything like that. So I had no problems there. It is a little bit sheer, so I will need, of course, more than the 1 coat or layer of the dip powder. So I'm gonna do the same thing on my ring finger and thumb, and then I'm gonna do the glitter on my index and middle. So all in all, I didn't have any problems with applying the liquids or the powders, but like I said, it's just gonna be a little bit of trial and error because it does dry a little bit slower than what I'm used to, so I think I do want to continue to practice. But I have to say, because it does dry a little bit slower, I think it was a little bit easier for me to apply this using my non-dominant hand, because I'm right-handed, so it's much easier for me to apply the dip powders to my left hand on my nails that are longer versus trying to, you know, apply the dip powder onto my right hand. So I have to say, with the liquids drying a little bit slower, I kind of had a little bit more time to make sure that I'm not flooding my cuticle or getting the liquid on my sidewalls, or I have a little bit more time to kind of clean up the cuticle with my water marbling tool, things like that. So I think this may be my new go-to liquids for my applying the powders to my dominant hand. So I will say I think I'll continue to use them. I'll use them, you know, probably on my other hand as well, but just because of them drying a little bit slower, I feel like you have a little bit more time to work and really kind of make sure that it's being applied, you know, well to the nails, and you're not having to worry about it drying too fast before you can get into the powder. So I'm just rambling on now. But also, I didn't really show my mani on my right hand, my non-dominant hand. That one will be coming soon. So once that's available, I will put that up in the cards for you. I did speed this up a bit just so because it is a little bit repetitive, but we'll get into the glitters in a moment. Okay, so I'm going to start getting into my glitters. And one thing I wanted to mention too, you can see here that there's that little kind of liner for the top of the jar. The green, the mint green color had one too. It was just already stuck into the top of the lid. So I mixed that up a little bit. I'm using my jar liner on this one because I am going to pour over, which has kind of been the method that I like to use in regards to chunkier glitters, and this one is a little bit of a chunkier glitter. It has some bigger glitter pieces in it, so I kind of find when pouring over, sometimes you get a lot more of the smaller glitters or the powder that's in the jar versus a lot of those bigger, chunkier pieces. But you can also kind of move those around anything bigger as well. So one thing I also wanted to mention in regards to the liquids, because they dry a little bit slower, they might be a good brand to go to for somebody that's kind of starting out with dip powder, because you'll have a little bit more time for the whole application process. So even though I poured over, I did get a bunch of those bigger glitters anyways, but I'm not mad about it. I think it's super pretty glitter, and I think it paired so well, all those other colors that are in there. I think it paired so well with the Atlantis, the mint color that I chose for the kit. And I'm just patting them down, as you can see as well, to make sure that they're all kind of laying flat against my nail. That'll really help with when you get to filing, so that you're not filing off any of those glitter pieces if they're laying down flat. I am going to cap them in clear as well, but glitters are typically silver on the inside, so if you file into them, it's could ruin the look of your mani, so you just want to be careful with that. Okay, so I did only do 2 layers of the glitter dip powder on those 2 nails, mostly because I don't want them to be too thick and kind of bulky, and I am going to be capping in clear. I did pour most of that back into the jar, but I am going to, before I cap and clear, instead of doing a whole nother layer, I'm just going to kind of pick up some of those chunkier pieces of glitter and place them where I want them. And yeah, I don't know if I've ever said mentioned this before. I'm not really a huge fan of yellow. That's probably one of my least favorite colors. I don't know why, but red is my favorite. Yellow is probably my least favorite. But I really loved the color combo. There's a lot of yellow and kind of orange in glitter pieces in this powder, and I kept picking up the yellow ones and placing them. I don't know, something about the color combo with the green and just that corally orange and yellow color just was so pretty to me. So I kept placing the yellow glitters. And you can place as many or as little as you want. You just kind of keep going until you're happy with where everything is. And I couldn't help, they kind of looked so tropical and pretty. I wanted to add a sticker to one of my nails as well. So I'm just gonna do like a little tropical kind of looking sticker. And since this is a sticker, I am placing this on my nail before capping and clear and before filing and buffing. So I'm I don't think I've done this before. I know I have not done it with water decals. I'm kind of afraid of ruining the decal, kind of like when you put activator over everything. But I think with the sticker, I felt it would be a little bit safer, I guess, if the activator hit it, that it wouldn't like wash out the colors or kind of mess up the colors of the sticker. So I am placing that on prior to the clear dip powder, so I'll do that next. And you don't have to, you could do it after you cap and clear and after you do all of your filing, and just do it under the top coat. I think I probably, if I was going to be doing a gel top coat, I would have done it that way. But I wanted to make sure that if I activated again after filing, which you typically want to do if you're using your dip powder top coat, that it didn't ruin the sticker at all if I placed it on before top coat. So, certain things to keep in mind. So I have both of my clear powders, the regular one that I use for my regular non-glitter colors, and then my glitter clear. So I'm going to speed up through this quite a bit. It's not anything out of the ordinary at all. I'll activate, and then I did file and buff and shape off camera, but we'll get into that in a bit. I just wanted to say as well, I kind of, while doing this mani, I kind of was wishing that I had maybe picked up a jar of their clear dip powder if they have one. I didn't search for one on the website at all, but just to kind of try a different brand of clear to kind of see how that performs as well. Is maybe, you know, something that I might think about in the future if I'm picking up or trying a new brand of liquids or anything like that, to kind of try the clear as well. But I'm just kind of scrubbing everything off. This will kind of help if you tend to get any kind of white specks from your clear powder. It kind of helps if you really scrub off any remaining powder before you go in with your activator. And again, the activator, in using it, you know, across all of the nails, they do say on the card to apply 2 generous coats. So I do go ahead and do that. It didn't have a super strong odor, so anybody that might be prone to dip flu, this might be, you know, a liquid that doesn't have as much of a effect on you. I mean, I think usually for me, this one didn't really bother me. I don't really have too much of a problem. I think I started having some problems with like that dip flu issue with the Referral nail liquids. So those are the ones that typically give me a problem. I haven't had too much of a problem with iGel. This one didn't really give me a huge reaction. So that's something to think about as well. So I did file, like I said, and everything off camera. I didn't have any problems. The glitters gave me no problem. You know, I also, during application, made sure they were all laying down flat and everything like that, so that helps as well. And I'm just using my little cotton round with a little bit of alcohol to make sure I've got all of that activator residue off of my nails so I don't contaminate my top coat at all. I am zooming in a little bit so you can see this a little bit better, but it's going to be the standard dip powder application. You want to do 2 to 3, maybe 4, depending on the size of your nail. Quick, strokes to cover the nail, but you don't want to keep going over it on your first round. I think I was missing a little bit of a spot. And I keep forgetting here, but you want to also wipe your brush before you put it back in the bottle. So there, I remembered. And just because you don't want to get any of that activator in your top coat liquid, because it can ruin it, contaminate it, and give you problems with future applications. So just be careful of that. Don't do what I do. I was just forgetting, and typically, try to remember, but sometimes it happens. And then on your second go around, of course, you could be a little bit more thorough and go over the nail more than once. And this is typically where I also will apply it to my free edge, so I make sure my heel base is protected until I want to remove them. But all in all, I was very pleased with the products. If you go and check out their website, and I'll leave the information linked below. I did sign up for their rewards program, so in the description box below I do have a referral link, so that will just give me points towards my own future purchases. It's not an affiliate code where I would make any kind of commission or anything like that. It's just a referral bonus. So if you want to use that, you will save a little bit money, and then I'll just get points towards future purchases. So that information is in the description box for you. But they have a lot of beautiful colors, so I'll probably take a look at that again in the future. If I need to get any more liquids or anything, I'll check out the powders, see if I can get my hands on some clear as well. And all in all, I really loved this mani. I loved how it came out. I think it's a beautiful summer look. So I'm just going to go in with my Candi Skin Care cuticle oil pen. You always want to re-nourish your skin after kind of putting it through all of these, like the activator liquids and alcohol and anything like that. It kind of dries your skin out. But I really love this mani. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I love getting requests or suggestions from all of you as well. And to any of my new subscribers, welcome. Thank you so much for watching. So let me know in the comments what you think of the colors that I picked, of the review, if you've used Virgo and Gem before. Let me know what your thoughts are on it as well. Please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. And let me know what you think. Until next time, bye for now.